Hi, it's Lindsay from Torb and Reiner, and today I want to talk to you about blocking springs. We have blocking springs in a couple of different sizes, but I want to first talk to you about this one, which is a standard size, and it's big enough to go around about a 21-inch block, but it will also expand right up to a 26-inch block. So it's really versatile in terms of what blocks you can use it on. You can't use it on every block because some blocks don't have the right shape, and sometimes you just can't use a spring. But for most of your crown blocks, these are pretty good. So they're a stainless steel coil, and why they're good is it cuts down your blocking time, because it reduces the amount of pinning you have to do. So as well as being good on your time for blocking, it's also really good for your blocks. Less pins means less damage to your block. And so what we do with the springs is we grab my water. This is a parasisal Kathleen that I'm just going to block onto this block. And so what I would normally do is block this and put pins in and whatnot, but I'm going to use the blocking spring, and see, I'm just rolling it down there over the straw until I get down to as far as I want. And you can see already that that's holding the straw in place, and most of my blocking work is done. This is quite a good block for the spring in that it's got straight sides like this. Sometimes you might find that the spring wants to pop up a little bit, so in that case you might want to put one or two pins just to keep the spring in place. So here I might just pop in a pin or two just to keep that in place. Just keep that tight. There we go. I've blocked my crown. You might just want to work on, a bit here and there as you would normally with your blocking, but essentially that's stopped me from putting pins all around here. It's not only used or usable for straw, you can use it to block anything really, like your felts and cinema and all sorts of stuff, pretty much anything you want to block. So on this same, I would obviously be using steam when I'm blocking this felt, but for the intents of this exercise, I'm just going to again roll my blocking cord down over the block, and then I can from here pull my felt and block it properly. Maybe put a couple of pins in if I need to or if I want to, but essentially that's it. And like I said, this spring will do a 21-inch block all the way up to a 26-inch block, so they stretch a long way and they're pretty versatile. Also, what we have is a brim size blocking coil, and in addition to this, we can really do any size spring you like. So if our standard spring or our brim spring isn't the size you're looking for, then just get in touch and we can do a custom size for you. But you'll find that these two do most blocks you would ever want. So with my brim spring, I'm just going to demonstrate on this block. It's a 15-inch block, this one happens to be. But I'm going to block this paper plate on there. Just going to wet that a bit more. Now the brims are a little bit more tricky because you've got to get this spring all the way around the brim, and it's vital that you have a groove like this on the block. Unless your brim block is really thick, then you're going to find it hard using the blocking spring without a groove on there. So what I am going to do is I'm going to start at the side closest to me, and I'm going to push that spring into the groove as much as I can. I'm going to just gently block the fabric as much as I can to get it into the shape of the block, because this is not the easiest thing to do. So what I want to do is really hold on tight here against my stomach and the block, and I want to start moving this spring around the block and using my thumbs push this around the block. Just like that. Now this is on. This is pretty easy. I've got no folds and whatnot here, but sometimes when you're putting something on the block like this, you'll get some folds here of the fabric. These are pretty stretchy, so it hasn't happened here. But all you do is work with your material underneath and put a hand like this and pull on your fabric like this, and the spring will come out. Your hand needs to stay here just in case the spring pops off. But you can do all your blocking and fiddling around with your fabric and getting it in line while the spring holds everything there. And that's it, not one blocking pin used. And you can see how a block that would normally take, you know, quite a lot longer is done already. And you know, then you just leave your block to dry, and to take the spring off, I usually just pull it up enough that I can get my hand underneath, and off it comes. So that's pretty much it for blocking springs. They're a really good investment for your blocks and for your time and for your hands, because you don't have to be putting those blocking pins in. Hope you enjoy.